Wow, I can say for everyone, we did not see that coming after Juan Ayuso's being dropped yesterday. The fact that he's come out with, I mean, he's got legs again, and he's gone and got the stage win, Adam.
Yeah, bad day yesterday.
Yeah.
I think that's all we can put it down to, and you've got to take your hat off to that man there today. The way he rode at the start, putting himself in that position, possibly the hardest way to do it, just on his own for near on an hour, was in the breakaway, then still had the legs to go on the attack again at the finish today, and he won the stage. And there is a lot of criticism around him and what his role is within that team and all the rumours, but he did come across the line with his fingers in the ears to sort of say, don't matter about the noise that's going on around me, I know how good I am, I know what I'm capable of, and he demonstrated that with class today.
There we go. That is it.
Yeah, fingers in the ears. Just, I'm just going to do my own thing. What a way to answer. It's his 7th win this year as well, this lad. Yeah, there's still a lot to talk about, but what a way to come back, regardless of what happened yesterday, to go on the offensive. And I'll be honest with you, sat in comms, I think all of us were saying this is what's going on, especially when we had Jay Vine on the offensive. They're both on the front, and he was dangling for 15 seconds, and it looked borderline, from a cycling perspective, like a suicidal move. What on earth was he doing? But clearly, he's back to his best, because that was some ride today. What a way to answer your critics and all of the ambiguity swirling around. The bottom line is, UAE can be very happy with today. Mountains jersey secured as well. Almeida looking good too. Soler chipping off the front. They're all functioning really well.
Yeah, right from the very start, Adam, he was, attacking, and we were all quite surprised to see that.
Yeah, I think he did an interview at the start of the stage saying if he's allowed in the breakaway today, he'll definitely go for it. And he did that. He was allowed in the breakaway. He had clear space to do so. He dangled out in front of that peloton, but 25 seconds, 20 seconds.
He wasn't just allowed. He had to work, didn't he?
He had to work very hard, but it wasn't through his GC rivals chasing him. It was just the people trying to get in that breakaway. So, yeah, he did say if he was allowed, he would try. I think, you can have a bad day on the bike and you can bounce back, as he's done very, very quickly indeed. And I think for him personally, he needed to do that. For him, his team, to prove what he can do. Because I think if he had another bad day today, in your head, you start to doubt yourself. You start to, listen to the critics a little bit more. But him doing that today, it's like, I'm here to do what I've just done today. I might not be doing GC, but I can do this. I think the challenge for him now, he's got a stage win. He'll want more. But the team will also want him around João Almeida to help him, because João was, apart from Marc Soler, when it really kicked off, João was on his own there in that final today, and the likes of Jonas, he had Sepp Kuss with him. So there will be a point where they say, OK, you need to stay with him. There'll be days where you can lose time, but it might be on the flatter days where you really have to back off early, which it's not too hard to do, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass, if I'm honest.
yeah, I guess you could put it that way, Adam. Also worth noting, this is his 2nd Grand Tour stage win after winning stage 7 at the Giro earlier this year. So this will give him a boost. If anyone didn't catch the stage yesterday, he was dropped and we were concerned. We didn't know what we were going to expect. We definitely weren't expecting that, but this will really give him confidence. And like we know, Team UAE have now won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
so they're on fire.
Come on, do the rhyme.
It's
3 from UAE.
Thank you. Well, yeah, I know.
You did come up with that.
Copyright Matt Stevens. But no, they can't not be pleased. I think there's still going to be some questions about yesterday. What really was it? In his own words, and I think what Juan Ayuso has been saying, he said all the pressures come from the press and from outside. I've never said any of these things. I don't necessarily agree totally with that. He has said things which you've read into. But the bottom line is, yesterday wasn't a good day, although he didn't look particularly bad. But to come out fighting like that and to answer all the critics, and you could almost tell the way he attacked early on, I think this suggests a bit of anger, a bit of frustration. I think he's fed up with all of the speculation, probably fed up with us speculating, but we do it because that's our job. But also, the things that the team are coming out with allow us to do that because of the ambiguity. But what a way to answer all of us, come out fighting and do it the hardest way you can, is being the catalyst for all the hard racing we had and then finishing it off. Fair play. That just shows how class this lad is.
I think as well the questions are asked from him, and like what we're doing now is, He's employed in that team to win bike races ultimately, but more than anything, Grand Tours, Giro of Vuelta, anything that Tadej's not riding, that's what he's pretty much employed to do. He didn't do that. He got off due to problems in the Giro, and then he's come into this race, and on day 5, what are we on now, 6? Yeah, day 5, he lost a load of time. So obviously we're going to be asking the questions, what's going on? Because as we understand, he's a GC rider in a GC team with one other rider within that team who is also, I'm not going to say a rival, a teammate, but a rival for that role. And when he dropped out yesterday, we were like, OK, the questions need to be asked because he should be at the front. He should be right up there. He should be in a position where he's going into Madrid onto the podium. But on day 6, he's not. So the question...
7.
Well, day 6 yesterday, he's not, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So,
7 today. Sorry, mate, yeah.
6. So, yeah, the questions will be asked from him because ultimately we're questioning his role in the team. He's employed to win Grand Tours, not necessarily just a stage in a Grand Tour.
Yeah, we are going to hear from both of those riders very shortly. But just quickly, with Ayuso then, we were expecting him to be going for GC. Are we still expecting that now after today?
The way he's riding, I mean, he's pulled back 2 minutes, so he started the day 10 minutes 13 off Train. Great ride by him to stay in the jersey. He's pulled back a couple of minutes back to the Vingegaard group. So he now sits in a place where I don't think he'd be allowed to go up in a move again. You don't want to give him 4 or 5 minute lead. He's now looking dangerous, but has also boxed himself off. So I think now he's got the stage win. They've won the team time trial. They've got Jay Vine with the stage win as well. They're in really good position to galvanise around Almeida now. So I think the team will be looking, OK, you've got your personal glory. You're clearly in good shape. We need you now to try and help crack the Jonas Vingegaard conundrum. How the heck do they break that team down? And the way that Ayuso rode today, as long as they align again, I think hopefully for the team, because they do need it, they need to show some unity. Not that they haven't shown it, but I think we've got a defined leader, also somebody who's had a bad day that can now ride in support, but is a little bit... It's not enough. It's not far enough down to be allowed any more freedom. I wouldn't want to let him up the road another move like that if I was Visma, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think he will be, but the form he's in, he can force himself in a mood, and the team will have to make a decision, especially Visma, looking at it and going, we can waste a lot of energy trying to bring him back here, too much energy. So let him go, and hopefully if he keeps repeating these efforts, he'll eventually tire himself out. But if I was Zhao and he keeps trying, Almeida, I'd be getting very critical of his actions if he starts to try and win more stages like he did today, because there's either he's going to try and creep up the GC, which then he's going to put more pressure on the team, and ultimately who is the leader within that, or he's going to shed a load of time, try to win stages, or he will just sit next to Almeida for the rest of the race. I think he needs to decide which one of them it's going to be, and I think he can lose time, but losing time on a hilly day is where he's most crucial for João Almeida. So he'll have to do it in the flatter days, which, like I said, it's easy to do, but you go from a 4-hour stage, say tomorrow's a great example, a 4-hour stage, which for these guys will be relatively easy if the conditions are OK, to then making your day 10, 15 minutes longer. It's nothing, but it's kind of like, it's very hard to try and just drop off when it's easy-ish in the wheel sort of thing. So it will be interesting to see if he does lose time when he does it. And what will he do next? Yeah,
because that's been the criticism of Ayuso in the past. The view on him is that he's not a particularly good team player. Could be better at that. I mean, this is all in the press. It's all open source. So I think the important thing for them now is to show real unity and to try and corral everybody together. They've got a great team. Their full strength as well is to use Ayuso now to support Almeida. But we'll see how that develops, because he might now think, I'm going fine now, and think about his own aspirations again, which is great for us in terms of our chat on this show. But brilliant. What a day. I mean, there he is, fingers in his ears again. I'm just looking at the other screen again. That just tells us where he's at mentally. I'm not going to listen to any of you. I'm going to do my own thing. Yeah, the dynamics of Team UAE are so interesting. There's a lot of layers, and I'm sure it's just going to continue to unfold across the next couple of weeks. It's like a drama as well, isn't it? I love it.